gone all right. Be surprised if she comes back before next.
She's gonna show up here, you'll see. They done chased her off Snarl, so she's got nowhere else to go.
That's gonna be rough on old witch, when the boss don't even want her up in here on Rage with her bullshit.
That tough old bird gonna get chewed up and spat back out around
you know
here. Hey, Ginny, here's Heathcote. And looking all sharp and whatnot.
Damn, she even got the nerve to look good casual.
Check out Liberty Bell with the drip.
What's good, Libby D? Congrats on the Halloween brawl. We knew you were gonna stick Luna in the casket. Too bad the funeral home sent her back.
Yeah, says she stank too bad. But check you out, you don't look too bad. Luna ain't mess you up too much.
Nah, she's okay.
At least not enough to ruin those girl next door good looks anyway.
Seriously, Danielle, big respect on that match. You did great, yo.
Thanks, ladies. Lay Femmes did great against the Future Endeavor too, so big thumbs up.
Yes, I am working tonight. Mixed tag, me and Eddie Guns, against Tony Dangerous and Mighty Molly. Sorry about the nice superheroes and shit, but someone's gotta lose, and I am not in the mood tonight.
Guns and Dynamite got this one.
I know that's right. Eddie and Genie baby all day, all day.
So hey Libby D, you still trying to be a megastar on your own? Or are you finally gonna get real about getting American powers back together?
Tell Auntie Mimi what ails you, girl. Everybody wanna see it, D.
I'm not hearing anything.
I know. I've been letting losing the tag titles get in the way of things. It's not fair to Pats, or me either. I'm just not ready yet. But I know it's gonna happen, at exactly the right time. It's gonna fall into place.
Probably right. But if I was you, D, I'd make the perfect time for myself. You should think about maybe making your own luck roll.
It's okay to trust luck, but it works better when you give it a hand.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of tonight's RWL Rage in Elmira, New York. Don Hickson along with Christy Ogilvie and Myron Schimmelman. Developments in the first hour have been astounding. American Supreme Matt Clark unceremoniously stripped of the RWL World Heavyweight Championship. An interim champion installed, and he has issued a challenge to the sectarians. Any one sectarian can challenge him tonight for the World Heavyweight Championship, and we don't even know who it is. I've got some theories. I mean, I know a little bit about it. I don't know everything, but, I've got some ideas.
Meanwhile, I've been working up a list of possibles.
Is that right? I was wondering what you were scribbling down there.
Okay, check it out. It could be Matt's cousin, Rod Whitley. Or it could be the Mexican monolith warlord, Santos.
That seems the most natural to me, Christy.
He'd be a solid bet. But I also think it could be Mr. Hercules himself, Steve Groves, making himself champion so he can whip on whichever sectarian signs for the match. And that's up in the air too.
That's true. We don't even know who it is yet.
Boogeyman, Papa Shango, or Kaz Manson himself? Any one of them is a possible challenger. So many variables. Coming up, whoa baby, this one's hot. Mixed gender tag action with lightning fast Tony Dangerous and Mighty Molly pairing up against Mr. Ringside and the Women's World Champion. It's Guns and Dynamite together tonight in this insane mixed gender tag.
Welcome back, fans. Our second half opening match is a special mixed tag team scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Coming down to the ring, here is Mighty Molly.
Well, you know what? Molly Holly may have given the game away, blown her cover, exposed her secret identity, but like it or not, for weal or for woe, tonight she is Molly Holly, battling by the side of the lightning fast Tony Dangerous in this mixed tag matchup against Guns and Dynamite. This is definitely going to be one for the books. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it a lot. Tony and Molly Holly could actually win. I don't know, Guns and Dynamite, well, Jimmy Parker, she practically never loses. We'll have to see how it all shakes out.
Her partner from Statanopolis, He is the lightning fast Tony Dangerous.
Superhero, pro wrestler, comic book publisher, entrepreneur, what has Tony Dangerous not done? This amazing young man coming down to join Molly Holly in this mixed tag matchup. I don't think I've ever seen the two of them together in a mixed tag, let alone against a team like Guns and Dynamite. This is definitely going to be an extra special attraction this evening on tonight's RWL Rage. And all of it in anticipation of that main event tonight with the interim champion facing a member of the Sectarians for the World Heavyweight title. And I just can't believe it.
Their opponents first. From Richmond, Virginia, she's an RWL double champion and the women's world champion, the sexy soul sister of the squared circle, the queen, Dynamite Jeannie Parker.
It's Jeannie D time, world. The 7-year queen of the ladies division. She's been stepping out of her comfort zone little more this year, taking part in matches we usually wouldn't see Jeannie Dynamite involved with. Take this mixed tag match. I know that Jeannie isn't particularly crazy about the woman, but with the right partner, in this case, Mr. Ringside, Jeannie can still make it a good time. Naturally, she's still concerned about a possible loss to Mighty Molly. And during a mixed tag, the loss would be awkward and definitely get noticed even more than when Stacy Keibler picked up that one non-title win over Jeannie D. I mean, it really ain't a big deal, but it would be to Jeannie Parker.
It is literally only one win, but to Jeannie Parker, it's a big red mark in the record book, and she certainly doesn't appreciate it.
And her partner from the Bronx, New York, Mr. Ringside Eddie Guns. Together, they are Guns and Dynamite.
Mr. Ringside always becoming just a little bit sillier when he's around Dynamite Jeannie Parker. This pair have been together for quite some time, and they even occasionally wrestle together, as is the case this evening against Tony Dangerous and Mighty Molly. I've got to admit, I think Guns and Dynamite definitely have an extra advantage here.
I think so too. Of course, the advantage would be Jeannie Parker, who never loses. And well, Mr. Ringside here hasn't been doing too bad for himself, along with El Jefe in tag team matches. They just won their last match at Snarl.
That is true. Mr. Ringside Eddie Guns, the head of the Guns family dynasty, and the significant other of Dynamite Jeannie Parker. And when they do get together in a tag team matchup on mixed tag, the sparks always invariably fly. They've got a special chemistry, those two. Mr. Ringside and Jeannie Dynamite. Guns and Dynamite, I mean, even the name just suggests smooth. Ladies first in a mixed gender, so it'll be Mighty Molly and Dynamite Jeannie Parker initiating contact in this mixed gender tag. The bell sounds. Here we go. They lock it up. Jeannie Parker shoves Mighty Molly down on knee right to the head of Mighty Molly. Yanked by her ankle halfway across the ring. Jeannie Dynamite turns it over to Mr. Ringside, and Tony Dangerous comes in on the tag. Tony Dangerous, with a series of shots and a Russian leg sweep, takes Mr. Ringside down to the mat. The double boot stomp doesn't work out. Mr. Ringside winds Tony Dangerous up from behind, back suplex from Eddie Guns. The team of Guns and Dynamite in action tonight. What a great name for that pairing. A headlock punch from Eddie Guns. A shot to the back to Tony Dangerous. Whip into the corner. A hard right hand from Mr. Ringside. Hip first to the turnbuckle. Tony Dangerous goes. In comes Dynamite Jeannie Parker and Mighty Molly. Jeannie with a kick right to the head of Mighty Molly, followed up with a stomp Dynamite Jeannie Parker rounds her up. Tony Dangerous comes out of it finally. Mighty Molly up against the ropes. Jeannie Parker with a front cradle bounces her off the ropes and starts delivering knees to the ribs of Mighty Molly. Molly follows that, oh man, a fall away slam from the Women's World Champ. Here's a cover, one. Only a one. Mighty Molly kicks her way out easily. Here comes Mr. Ringside and Tony Dangerous. Whoa! Quick Hurricane Rana out of no place from the lightning fast one. Living up to the name apparently tonight. As usual, Tony Dangerous extremely fast. Going to prove a challenge for Mr. Ringside to keep up. A hard forearm from Tony Dangerous. Tony opening up on Mr. Ringside here. A rebound off the ropes, a moonsault, a cover, one. Again, only a one. A running drop kick. An attempt with the double boot stomp again fails. There's a kick to the midsection from Mr. Ringside and a falling neckbreaker to Tony Dangerous. He rolls to the outside. Comes back in for a reset and locks it up with Eddie Guns a kick. And Tony Dangerous, look at this right here. Whoa! What a roll to Mr. Ringside. And then the double boot stomp finally connects. There's a kick from Tony Dangerous. And here comes Mighty Molly and Jeannie Parker. A running kick from Jeannie Dynamite. Mighty Molly wound up by Jeannie Parker. Oh, what a slam from Jeannie Dynamite. Fireman's carry from Mighty Molly. And the team of Tony Dangerous and Mighty Molly not pairing too badly here, with the advantage currently in their corner. Mighty Molly winding up the arm on Dynamite Jeannie Parker. Jeannie Parker slam face first into the canvas by Mighty Molly. Here comes Tony Dangerous and Mr. Ringside Eddie Guns. Tony Dangerous wheelbarrow DDT to Mr. Ringside and a pin. One. Again, just a one. And this match still in the early stages here. A forearm from Tony Dangerous. Here comes Mighty Molly and Jeannie Parker again. Frequent tags here, another running kick. Mighty Molly keeps running into those from Jeannie Parker. A running splash from the Women's World Champion. Jeannie with a knee to the head of Mighty Molly. And now centering into a heel hook stretch. The sexy soul sister of the squared circle pouring it on against Mighty Molly. Molly with a drop kick takes Parker down, follows it up with a kick. Jeannie Parker quickly back to a standing position. Gets a hold of Mighty Molly, takes her down. Jeannie Parker gathering Mighty Molly up. The fans supporting the stands. Boom goes the Dynamite, set the sign. And Jeannie Dynamite is yet to go boom. It could be bad for Mighty Molly if she does. There's a snap suplex from Mighty Molly. Jeannie Parker rolls to the outside as Tony Dangerous and Eddie Guns take over. Hurricane Rana from Tony Dangerous. The lightning fast one with a kick stuns Mr. Ringside. Another Hurricane Rana. Eddie Guns being taken for quite the ride here. A kick from Tony Dangerous that doesn't connect Mr. Ringside. Whips him to his team's corner. And proceeds to drive shoulders into the midsection of the lightning fast one and into a choke on Tony Dangerous. Even a superhero has to breathe. Here's a cover and a hook of the leg. One, two. As near to a near fall as we've gotten so far. A 2 count on Tony Dangerous. Eddie Guns with a hard right hand. Takes Tony down. Proceeds to go to work on him. Leaves and turns it over to Jeannie Parker and Mighty Molly. Another running kick to Mighty Molly. You might want to stop trying to run into Jeannie Parker on every tag. Jeannie Parker with a pin. One. Just a one again. The Women's World Champion with a stomp to the head of Mighty Molly. And look at this from a deadlift. Jeannie Parker with a powerbomb to Mighty Molly. Again, another tag over to the gentleman, Eddie Guns and Tony Dangerous. Tony opens up with a series of shots and kicks, gets a hold of Mr. Ringside, has him all the way up and slams him right all the way down. A nasty driver from RWL's resident superhero. Tony swings and misses. Proceeds to open up with another set of shots and a kick that takes Eddie Guns to the outside. Tony Dangerous all the way lit up here. And he's going to fly, and here he goes, and whoa, crashes and burns. Eddie Guns just sidestepped him. A drop kick that doesn't connect, a kick to the midsection. Oh no, not on the outside. Oh, the flatliner on the floor to Tony Dangerous, and he is gone. Non-compass menace is Tony Dangerous. Eddie Guns gathers him up. Discus punch. Drops him right back down. The referee already counting. Tony Dangerous driven towards the ring steps, but not quite all the way there, as Eddie Guns makes his way back inside. Referee Willie Johnson continuing to count Tony Dangerous as Jeannie Parker and Mr. Ringside confer here, engaging in a small conversation while Tony Dangerous snaps out of it. Tony back inside the ring. Here comes Mr. Ringside. Kick to the midsection. He's going to flatline him again. A second flatliner from Eddie Guns. Here's a cover, but only a one. Mighty Molly coming in to save the match for her team. Tony Dangerous taking quite a double boot stomp from Eddie Guns. Tony Dangerous taking quite the pasting. Rebounds off the ropes, crossbody to Eddie Guns. Mr. Ringside back up to a standing position. Tony Dangerous whips him to the ropes, and a beautiful power slam. A super power slam, if you will. Tony Dangerous whips him to his team's corner. The lightning fast one. Slams Mr. Ringside head first into the turnbuckle. Tony does it again. Mr. Ringside in trouble on the wrong side of town here. Tony Dangerous on the middle rope. And there's another roll, leaving Mr. Ringside laying center ring. The ladies tag in. Jeannie Parker rounded up by Mighty Molly. Here we go by the ankles. There's the whirligig. And Jeannie Parker taken for a ride by Mighty Molly, slammed down to the canvas. Mighty Molly right on her, but Jeannie Parker counters with a shot to the midsection of Mighty Molly. Whips Molly to the ropes. Power slam center ring, perfectly executed by the Women's World Champion. Whoa, she says, I've got it right here, and she sure does. Dynamite Jeannie Parker firing on all cylinders here. Mighty Molly into the far right corner, counters and finds her way out, delivers a kick to Jeannie Parker. Into a reverse dragon sleeper center ring. The referee checking it out, but Jeannie Parker with a set of knocks to the noggin of Mighty Molly. Back up on her feet. Jeannie catches a jawbreaker from Mighty Molly. Molly whips her to the far right corner. Handstand and an elbow into the chest of Jeannie Parker. Mighty Molly goes for the cover. 1, 2. Jeannie Parker reaching out literally one finger to get the rope, initiating the break. Mighty Molly's got to be pretty frustrated about that one. Slams Jeannie Parker down. Drives a knee into the arm of the win. Oh yes, she is mad. Jeannie just reached out that one finger for the rope, as if to say, now what? Mighty Molly whips her to the corner. Proceeds to play tug of war with the arm of the Women's World Champion. Dynamite Jeannie Parker in trouble on the wrong side of town, as Mighty Molly really starts to tear into her. Head first into the turnbuckle goes Parker. Jeannie Dynamite catches another shot to the turnbuckle. Mighty Molly whips her back into the corner again. Another clothesline, a snapmare, and look at this, a flip over neck whip. All in one from Mighty Molly, a cover. 1, 2. Jeannie Parker, with that resilience, kicking out of an amazing combination by Mighty Molly. Molly whips her into the corner again. Molly crashes into the corner. Jeannie Parker goes behind, delivers the shot to the back of Mighty Molly. Whip to the ropes, an elbow. Takes her down. Parker with a pin attempt. 1, 2. And yet again another near fall in this roller coaster ride of a matchup as Eddie Guns comes in along with Tony Dangerous. Tony catches a knee right to the head. He ran right into that one. A stomp to the back from Mr. Ringside. Tony counters back up on his feet. Rebounds off the middle rope, flying crossbody and a cover. Here we go, 1. Again, just a 1. The lightning fast one. Having his share of problems here. A face buster to Mr. Ringside, followed up with a double boot stomp to the midsection. Eddie Guns quickly back up, locks it up with Tony Dangerous, whips him to the ropes. Flapjack face first into the mat. Tony Dangerous on the receiving end here. Heel hook stretch from Mr. Ringside, Eddie Guns. Eddie tags out. Jeannie Parker comes in. So does Mighty Molly. Molly catches the shot to the midsection. And a inverse leg drop. A guillotine. A shoulder tackle from Mighty Molly. Jeannie back up. Another running kick right to the head of Mighty Molly. She's got to be sick of taking those. And look at this. Whoa. Inverted spine buster. Man, whoa. Mighty Molly rolled out. The gentleman in now. Mr. Ringside catches a hip toss from Tony Dangerous. The lightning fast one charges. Whoa, look at this right here. Mr. Ringside barrels into the ropes. Tony Dangerous rebounds off. There's a 6-1-9er from the superhero. And whoa, falls right into Eddie Guns. And this could be it right here. 1, 2. I don't believe it. Mr. Ringside barely getting the left shoulder up at the end right there at the 11th hour. Tony Dangerous with a small DDT to Mr. Ringside. Mighty Molly and Jeannie Parker taking over here. Another running boot to the face to Mighty Molly from Jeannie Parker. Another elbow across the chest from Jeannie Dynamite. Another stomp to the back to Mighty Molly. A rebound off the ropes and the splash fails. Mighty Molly getting the knees up just in time. Parker whipped to the opposing team's corner. Mighty Molly slams Jeannie Parker into the turnbuckle. A hard shot right to the face from Mighty Molly. Jeannie Parker assisted by the ankles out of the corner by Mighty Molly. Time's running out on this matchup. Wow. Molly whips Jeannie Parker to the corner. Gathers her up, scoop slams her. Mighty Molly makes her way to the top turnbuckle. Jeannie Parker rolls towards center ring, and here we go. Elbow drop right across the chest. What distance cover? 1, 2. And again, Jeannie Parker kicking out. Mighty Molly shoved away by Dynamite. Jeannie Parker quickly back up on her feet. Clubbing overhand right from Jeannie Dynamite. Jeannie whips Molly to the ropes. Power slam. Jeannie Parker. Here she goes. There's the leg drop. The referee initiates the count. 1, 2, 3. It is all done.
The time was 15 minutes and 30 seconds. Your winners, Guns and Dynamite.
You know I always love a happy ending, and this is definitely one.
Guns and Dynamite picking up the win. We'll be right back with more Rage in a moment.
Good evening, folks. And so everybody's asking the question, are the Texas Hangmen everything I said they would be? Are they everything I conditioned them to be? Are they the reincarnation of the original Killer and Psycho, the original Texas Hangman? Well, tonight we're going to find it out. Killer and Psycho have their graduate course match tonight, going up against Cactus Jack and Terry Funk. But I'm going to let the boys tell it in their own way. Take it, guys.
Tonight's the Texas Hangman's graduate course. We gotta prove to the Hangman our daddy, Tex Lynch, invested every last dollar into us, has paid off with interest.
It's gonna be our toughest match yet. Against Cactus Jack and Terry Funk. Hardest match we've ever had, or maybe even ever will have. But me and Killer, we're ready, we're psyched, because we know if we can beat two of the toughest dudes in this sport, the world is gonna have to respect us.
Everything else, everybody else we stomped the guts out of. They were just pop quizzes and the occasional midterm exams. This right here, Cactus Jack and the Funker. This is the final exam, baby. And the Texas Hangman been studying extra hard.
It was Tex Lynch's dream to revive the Texas Hangman. And damn if he ain't done it. Killer and Psycho live again. And tonight we'll prove it against Cactus and the Funker.
I do not think I have wasted a lot of time or money, and tonight Killer and Psycho are going to prove it against Cactus Jack and Terry Funk.
And so tonight's Snarl General Manager Hangman Tex Lynch putting in an appearance on Rage in a managerial capacity for Killer and Psycho, the Texas Hangman, as they lock it up against Terry Funk and Cactus Jack, a formidable team to be sure. That's formidable, all right.
This next tag team match is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring first, from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, weighing 187 pounds. Here's Cactus Jack.
If you're looking for a master of all things hardcore, look no further than Cactus Jack, billing himself as the world's most dangerous wrestler, and he has been engaged in some of the most brutal matches in all time. Ironically, some of them with his tag team partner for tonight, Terry Funk. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. But him and the Funker, they respect each other. They can beat the crap out of each other and still be friends. It's a weird thing. My favorite Cactus Jack match was the Hell in a Cell at No Way Out in the early 2000s against Triple H. That was a vicious Hell in a Cell match.
His partner from the Double Cross Ranch in Amarillo, Texas, weighing 252 pounds, the hardcore legend Terry Funk.
All I can say is wow. Between Tex and MJ Ferrantino, the Texas Hangmen have received like rigorous training. They're being trained for war. For war with who? Obviously the sectarians. And this is one heck of a test. Terry Funk and Cactus Jack in a tag team, well, I don't even know what to tell you.
It is indeed a certain hellified final exam, and they could not have chosen two tougher instructors than Terry Funk and Cactus Jack. This match is gonna be a tag team match for the ages. The Texas Hangman, reincarnated by Hangman Tex Lynch, facing what is definitely the toughest match they have ever experienced, right here tonight on RWL Rage.
Their opponents, along with Hangman Tex Lynch, the Ferrantino group presents, from the Lone Star State, at a combined weight of 537 pounds, Killer, and Psycho, the Texas Hangman.
Well, there's one thing the Texas Hangmen certainly have been getting, and that's consistent wins. Although tonight, it is without question one of the toughest tests the Texas Hangmen will ever face. Two of the greatest hardcore legends of all time in a standard rules tag team match.
And whoa, honey, have the Hangmen got some notches on their gallows. They've faced a lot of tough opponents since Tex put this team together. Their last match they whipped on Pretty Deadly, and before them were the Revival, the United Kingdoms, X-Clan, the Fantastics, Team Splendid. Toughest team they ever faced before were the Crusher and the Bruiser, the only team ever to beat. Getting past Cactus and Funky, this is going to be an epic right here, you guys.
I think this is going to be one of the best matches we see tonight. And it's a match I'm certainly going to enjoy calling the action for. As we get ready to get underway, it's going to be Cactus Jack and Killer Starting off this matchup, Killer always starts first for the Texas Hangman. Willie Johnson sounds the bell. The men come centering. Cactus Jack opens up with a shot and biting the face of Killer. Cactus Jack goes behind, has him up, walks him towards the other side, towards the corner, head first into the turnbuckle, falls Killer. Cactus Jack gathers him up again, biting the face of the Texas Hangman Killer. Cactus Jack places him against the ropes, has him up, hangs him up off the top rope the hard way, and here comes Terry Funk, ready to go. Texas Hangman Killer having his problems. Terry Funk not helping with a blatant choke. Well, the biting and choking has certainly begun in the early goings here. The Texas Hangman didn't arrive expecting a scientific technical match. Cactus Jack comes in on the tag, charges, drop kick, takes Killer down. Cactus rolls him over, pins, but not even a one. Killer powering out of the pin, gets a hold of Cactus Jack, pitches him over the top rope, out onto the floor, and at the feet of Psycho. Cactus Jack on the wrong side of town here as Killer drives a knee into the leg of Cactus Jack. The referee already counting as Hangman Tex Lynch looks on as his creations go to work on Cactus Jack. Killer charges, catches an elbow from Cactus Jack right across the top of the head. Killer rolls back in, so does Cactus Jack. Killer with a wrist clutch boot to the face and a blatant choke from Cactus Jack. Well, if Terry Funk and Cactus Jack came to play rough, they can rest assured the Texas Hangman can do it too. Psycho comes in on the tag, locks it up with Cactus. Cactus escorts him to the far right corner, head first into the turnbuckle. An elbow from Psycho. A hard right spins Cactus Jack around. He goes behind. He's got him up in an electric chair drop position. But whoo! A discus punch to the back of the head instead. And the Texas Hangman whooping it up here. A clubbing overhand right to the back of the head of Cactus Jack. Whoa! Cactus counters with a kick. Whips Psycho to his team's corner. And Cactus Jack drives him head first into the turnbuckle. Cactus Jack with a kick to the midsection. And whoa, grinding the face of Psycho against the top rope. A clubbing overhand right to the back of the head again. Cactus Jack getting a hold of Psycho's, got him up. Rib breaker. Center ring. Cactus Jack tags in Terry Funk. The Funker moves in quickly. Gets a hold of Psycho. Whips him to the ropes, and an elbow takes him right down to the canvas again. A kick to the head from Psycho, quickly back up on his feet and drops all his weight right on the chest of Terry Funk. The Texas Hangman trying to maintain control against these two tough opponents. Here comes Killer on the tag, a double team incoming. And whoa, 3D, a Dudley Death Drop for Terry Funk. Killer rounded up by Terry Funk, a kick to the midsection, the neck breaker, successful. The Funker rounds up Killer, has him up for the long, stalling vertical suplex, and he nails it. Right back into the blatant choke. Terry Funk trying desperately to wear down the Texas Hangman to slow them down in any way possible. A double axe handle across the back of Killer. Killer locks up Terry Funk, whip to the ropes, and a big-time right hand takes the Funker down. Terry Funk tags in Cactus Jack. Cactus with a running DDT on Killer. Look at this, Cactus Jack is wilding out. Well, that's Cactus Jack for you. He misses with the shoulder charge on Psycho. Whips Psycho over the top rope, out on the apron, a clubbing overhand right here. Cactus Jack hung up on the ropes. And Psycho rounded up by Cactus Jack, but a quick counter and a chop block to the back of the knee. Psycho with a hard forearm goes for the cover and hooks the leg. One, but only a one. Cactus Jack back to a standing position. Psycho gathers him up, deposits him head first against the turnbuckle. Psycho whips Cactus to his team's corner. Psycho gonna take it himself, smashes the head of Cactus Jack into the turnbuckle. Liked it so much he's going to do it again. Psycho decides for a third shot. The Cactus Jack breaks up the monotony with a couple of kicks. Cactus Jack stuck in the corner here as Psycho puts in all his weight against the chest of Cactus Jack, and boom, double knees right across the chest of Cactus Jack. Psycho rounds Cactus back up. Counter whipped into his own corner, a knee to the midsection from Cactus. But Psycho right on it. Slams Cactus face first into the canvas. Turns it back over to Killer as Cactus Jack rolls out to the floor on the wrong side of town. Killer decides to go after Terry Funk. The Funker catches an enziguri to the head and winds up on the floor. Killer rolls Cactus Jack back inside the ring. Whip to the corner. Cactus Jack in trouble. His tag team partner out to lunch at the moment. Driving knees to the chest of Cactus Jack. And Killer puts in the boots, rebounds off the ropes, and a face wash to Cactus Jack. Killer gathers him up again, whips him into the corner. Cactus Jack counters with an elbow, gets a hold of Killer into a sleeper hold. Center ring, rear naked choke, nowhere for Killer to go. But look at this. Just forces his way out of the move. Terry Funk brought in on the tag. Killer gathers him up. Whoa, look at this, the military press drop to Terry Funk. And right into a choke. But Terry Funk counters, and now into a sleeper hold again, this time from Terry Funk. He's gotten one from each. A jawbreaker. Disengages Terry Funk from Killer. Killer gets a hold of him by the throat, and there's a choke slam from the Texas Hangman. Killer driving knees into the leg of the Funker. Terry Funk rolls out of the ring looking for a break. Goes behind on Killer. Delivers a shot to the back, whips him to the ropes. Ducks under. Here comes Killer. Ducks under again. And look at this. Killer puts on the brakes, delivers a kick to the leg of Terry Funk. The Funker whipped to the Texas Hangman's corner. But he counters, finds his way out, a quick jab to Killer. But Killer whips him into referee Willie Johnson. A series of shots. Terry Funk counters again. Woohoo! A spinning forearm takes the Funker down. Here comes Psycho again on the tag. Terry Funk quickly rolls out, quickly rolls back in. Rebound off the ropes, flying punch from Psycho takes the Funker down. Here's another pin attempt. 1, 2, no. Well, yes, a 2. No, just a 1, says Willie Johnson. Psycho with a stomp to the arm of Terry Funk. Makes his way to the corner. Could be bad news for the Funker. Wrist clutch, boot to the face. Funk falls center ring. Here comes Killer again. Killer with a running dropkick takes the Funker back down to the canvas one more time. A series of staccato kicks to the head of Terry Funk, and he is now busted open. The Texas Hangman performing admirably in this matchup so far. Another wrist clutch kick to the face of Terry Funk. And here comes Psycho again. He locks up Terry Funk, whips him to the Texas Hangman's corner. Oh, a withering series of rights and lefts to Terry Funk. And a driving knee to the midsection, followed up with a set of stomps, a rebound off the ropes, and another face wash. Terry Funk in trouble here. The pin won't. Cactus Jack right there to break it up. Oh! Psycho just forcing all his weight across the chest of Terry Funk. He charges, rebounds off the ropes, and whoa! What a senton to the midsection of the Funker. Here's another pin attempt. 1, 2. But again, Terry Funk getting the left shoulder up before the count of 3. Psycho off the middle ropes. Woohoo! Big knee right across the head of Terry Funk. Funker whip to the Texas Hangman's corner. Here comes Killer on the tag. Another double team incoming. And another 3D for Terry Funk. Killer gouging the face of Terry Funk. Terry Funk rolls to the outside. Killer sauntering, he charges and over the top rope, and whoa, human missile, human cannonball actually. And now stomping every available inch of Terry Funk he can find on the outside while the referee continues to count. The Texas Hangman firmly in control of this matchup. Unbelievable matchup so far. Headlock punch to the Funker. Funker rounded up again, counters with an elbow to the leg. Delivers a kick and a hard right hand. Terry Funk gets back inside the ring first. Oh, there goes the ref. Oh, that ain't good. A series of shots from the Texas Hangman. Here's another tag. The referee doesn't see it. Doesn't see much of anything anymore. At least not now. I've lost track of which Texas Hangman is in there. My goodness. Oh, it could be Killer. It could be Psycho. I think it's Killer, actually. Killer rebounds off the ropes. Another face wash to Terry Funk, and the referee is still gone. Big dive off the middle rope, a knee across the head of Terry Funk. Willie Johnson back in business again. A hard cheap shot to Cactus Jack. Cactus counters, catches an enziguri to the head, winds up on the floor. Terry Funk just coming to himself here as Killer gathers him up. A hard whip to the Texas Hangman's corner. A kick to the ribs. Another and another. And a big time kick to the chin. Terry Funk counters, finds his way out of the corner. Gets a hold of Killer. Spinning neckbreaker from Terry Funk. And there's a grind of the boot into the face of Killer. Terry Funk gouging the face beneath the mask of the Texas Hangman. Rolling elbow across the back of Killer. Terry Funk whips Killer to his team's quarter. He counters with an elbow, finds his way out. Locks it up with Terry Funk. Funk whip to the Texas Hangman's corner again. Another kick to the ribs. Here's a tag to Psycho. Uh-oh, this does not look good. They are setting up something disastrous here. They've got Funker up. Oh, this is going. Look at this right here. Whoa. Oh, what a nasty finisher. Here's a cover and a hook of the leg. Here's referee Willie Johnson. 1, 2, 3. They could have counted to 500. The Texas Hangmen win this one by pinfall.
The time was 14 minutes and 1 second, and your winner, the Texas Hangman.
I am sure Hangman Tex Lynch is beaming with pride. Beneath his black and gold mask at this very moment, the Texas Hangman putting in an epic level performance. Look at this double team finisher that put an end to Terry Funk. We'll be back with our main event in just a moment.
Well, all right, Miss Dee Dee, there's no way I'm going to miss this main event matchup, but right after that, your 8-cylinder carriage awaits, and we're going to go try out the beds at the reasonably priced Radisson. I heard they put out the extra touch for us and took down the crime scene tape off the door.
You know you're completely insane, right?
What does that fool psychiatrist know?
But hey, you're my kinda crazy. I'll be waiting right here when you get out.
Good deal. So hey, you have a good visit with everybody here?
What? Oh, yeah. Spent a little time with Jeannie and Les Femmes, but I see Patty isn't around, so I'm ready to go when you are, hun.
Oh, yeah, I heard Patty ain't here tonight. Hey, you all right and everything?
Yes, I'm all right. I've been doing some thinking about things, but let's not talk shop. Not on our night off anyway.
All right, Dee Dee, fair enough. I'll meet you right here after the match.
Be right here waiting.
And ladies and gentlemen, closing out tonight's Rage main event. Well, a main event potluck, if you like. Papa Shango, representing the Sectarians, set to challenge the RWL World Heavyweight Interim Champion for the title. We're about to find out who that interim champion is right now.
Hey, Tex, you're just in time. Sit down, sit down, sit down. All right. Oh, Papa Shango got the call, huh? Well, with the World Heavyweight Championship on the line, I'm not surprised. Wait till you see who it is. I know who it is, and I ain't gonna tell you.
Well, that's just not fair, Tex.
I can't help it. I'm sworn to secrecy. Me and Steve Groves, we know who the interim champion is. You know, Christy here came up with a whole list of people.
Here, Tets, read it. I've already run it down to these boys. Tell me, what's your spin on my guesstimates?
Rod Whitley? Well, that's a possibility, yeah, sure. They're cousins and everything, and part of the Southern Gentlemen. Warlord Santos, now that is a really good guess, but also wrong. And finally, Steve Groves, Mr. Hercules. Interesting theory, but nope, they're all wrong. Here it comes now. Far!
Well, we all certainly guessed wrong. The Undertaker, the new interim World Heavyweight Champion. And well now, it seems Steve and Tex, you two laid the trap and they swallowed the bait for sure. The dead man, the Undertaker, the new interim champion, and I'm just flabbergasted.
Well, Steve did say it's somebody everybody knows.
But nobody expected the Undertaker. We figured it would be, somebody else.
Well, everybody gets wrong. Yes, sir. And the Undertaker. Well, he's the true master of darkness around here, and he does not like the sectarian pretenders and all their smoke and mirrors. But he's got a motivation for doing this, and he's put the title on the line against Papa Shango, and I guess he kind of knew it would be Papa Shango that picked it up, because the Boogeyman couldn't handle the Undertaker. Chaz Manson certainly can't handle the Undertaker. He's been murdered by him twice. So here we go. World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Papa Shango also on the line against the legendary dead man rocking his vintage Undertaker ring gear. Man, takes me right back to 1989 Survivor Series.
You know, Tex, it's really smooth, the way you guys just drew the sectarians into this. But I kind of feel bad for American Supreme. What did he do that made y'all strip him of the title, man? So not cool.
Oh, Christy, I cannot discuss it, at least not yet. We may find out the truth. We may never know the truth like JFK or how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
Well, Tex, I am at a complete loss for words here.
Tonight's Rage main event, one fall with a 20-minute time limit, and it is for the RWL World Heavyweight Championship. The challenger, representing the Sectarians, from parts unknown weighing 312 pounds, Papa Shango. His opponent, from Death Valley, weighing 320 pounds, the interim RWL World Heavyweight Champion, The Undertaker.
Oh man, there's that cold, dead stare. Yep, that's vintage Undertaker, all right. Yep. The Sectarians just walked right into it. They sure as hell did.
And now the Undertaker, for Wheeler for Woe, the interim World Heavyweight Champion, and hopefully will still be at the end of this match. Referee Willie Johnson, supervising the main event here. What a matchup. I still don't believe it. The Undertaker, of all people. He certainly looks ready. Willie Johnson sounds the bell. They come center ring. The Undertaker opens up with a series of hard right hands to Papa Shango and slam face first into the canvas. Papa Shango almost immediately regretting signing for this one. A stomp to the midsection from the Undertaker. Double axe handle right across the back, followed up with a stomp to the same area. Vintage Dead Man on a roll here. Papa Shango rounded up. Another set of hard rights from the Undertaker. A gouge by Papa Shango. The Undertaker whipped to the corner. Kaz Manson standing ringside watching this one. He knows the Undertaker. He's been whomped by the Undertaker several times, Tex.
Yep, at my direction. And it was wonderful, too. It was about a year ago.
Roughly, the Undertaker sweeps the leg on Papa Shango. Papa Shango whipped to the ropes. A collision in the center of the ring. A set of right hands and a kick from Papa Shango, followed up with a knee to the midsection. Undertaker catches a rib breaker from Papa Shango. He rolls to the outside. Comes right back inside. Gets a hold of Papa Shango into a bear hug. The referee monitoring the situation, but Papa Shango more than likely going to escape that one.
Yep, and there it is, the double ear clap. Undertaker backs off.
Papa Shango with the Undertaker up over his shoulders and drop head first into the turnbuckle. Okay, I don't believe this is the main event, much less for the World Heavyweight Championship. Papa Shango whipped to the ropes. Oh, Undertaker catches a nasty slam from Papa Shango. 1, 2. Only a near fall. Undertaker catches a running boot to the face from Papa Shango. Papa Shango runs a hard right hand. Takes the Undertaker back down to the canvas again. And Papa Shango catches some elbows to the midsection from the Undertaker. A running DDT, depositing Papa Shango right on the top of his crown. And now the Dead Man gouging the face of Papa Shango, a rolling elbow to the back. A leg drop across the throat, and Papa Shango is reeling. He just rolls to the outside. The Undertaker with bad intentions here. He charges. Oh my God, did you see that?
Wow, man, that was beautiful.
The Undertaker becoming a human missile and taking out Papa Shango. Returns to the ring now. An elbow drop across the top turnbuckle. Undertaker rolls him over for a pin. 1, 2. As near to a near fall as we've gotten so far. But Papa Shango not faring very well at the hands of the Undertaker. A running kick to the shin. If that was what it took to stop him, I guess. Whip to the ropes as the Undertaker. Papa Shango leapfrogs in an elbow. Takes the Dead Man down to the canvas center ring, and whoa, he just got stomped. An elbow to the back of the head. And Papa Shango channeling whatever voodoo energy he's got going. Kaz Manson looks like he might be anywhere else in the universe. The Undertaker into the corner, a clothesline from Papa Shango. A stomp to the midsection. And another. Papa Shango laying it in on the Undertaker, trapped in the corner. Undertaker rolls out. Papa Shango rebounds off the ropes, a leg drop across the throat. And whoa, oh my, whoa, the Undertaker pulling one of his usual tricks. Head first into the turnbuckle goes Papa Shango, a set of hard right hands from the Undertaker, and down he goes. The Undertaker channeling his own special brand of darkness here against the Sectarians, Papa Shango, for the World Heavyweight Championship. The Undertaker slowly making his way to the top turnbuckle. Papa Shango laid out center ring big time. Splash right across the chest of Papa Shango. Undertaker gouges the face of the Voodoo Priest. Goes behind on him. Here's a shot to the back. Whip to the far left corner. Undertaker with a running splash. Gets a hold of him. Has him up over the shoulder. Look at this right here. And slams center ring. The Undertaker in control of Papa Shango in this title matchup. He winds it up. Hell's Gate. Possible submission here. The Undertaker employing the Hell's Gate submission. Papa Shango disengaged from the hold. The Undertaker choking Papa Shango. Papa Shango gets a hold of him first, gouges the eye. Whips Undertaker to the ropes. There's an elbow that takes him down. And Papa Shango sensing victory could be near here, but Undertaker with a kick to the midsection of Papa Shango. Shango whipped to the ropes. Misses with the running kick. Papa Shango goes behind on him. Up over their shoulders in the fireman's carry goes the Undertaker. Papa Shango hangs him up off the top rope and goes for the pin attempt. 1, 2. Another near fall. The Undertaker refusing to give up here. Papa Shango rounds him up a hard shot to the midsection, and here we go. They're gonna start trading shots now. The Undertaker and Papa Shango center ring. Just going at it like a couple of bulls. Papa Shango countered by the Undertaker. A kick to the midsection and a clubbing overhand right ends that debate. The dead man moves in on Papa Shango, gathers him up, winds up the arm, and he's taking a walk. The Undertaker walking the ropes, that cat-like coordination right across the shoulder of Papa Shango. And the Undertaker covers. 1, 2, 3, and just like that, this one is all over the Undertaker, still the champ.
Here's the time. 7 minutes and 6 seconds. Your winner and still our WL World Heavyweight Champion, The Undertaker.
I'm amped about this now. Vintage Undertaker performing like the dead man of old, laying waste to Papa Shango, humiliating the sectarians, and retaining the World Heavyweight title all in one night? Man, brother works hard for the money though.
You could say me and Steve used The Undertaker as sort of a hired gun, and I guess you'd be right. But it sure turned the trick, though. Wow. Well, Undertaker is now the new interim World Heavyweight Champion, and we'll have to see what happens to the future of American Supreme Matt Clark heretofore.
Right you are, Tex. What an evening it has been.
It sure has. Wow, what an amazing development. I don't believe it. The Undertaker, World Heavyweight Champion. Wow.
If that match was any hint of what's coming up, I'm sure excited about the road to Memphis this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this edition of RWL Rage. As always, we thank all of you for being with us and for supporting RWL as you do. Coming up next, RWL Southwest Wrestling will be on hand with Chicago Danny Awesome and Gene Barrett. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again. From all of us here at RWL, I've been Don Hickson. Thanks. We'll see you next time at ringside.